Like a wise 8-bit old man in a cave once said, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. In an entertainment medium where you're at odds with fire-breathing turtles, alien invaders, and demons from hell, you'll need some protection to ensure that you'll not only make it through your adventure in one piece, but have fun slaughtering your enemies as well. From fire flowers to energy swords, the gaming industry has concocted millions of weapons to vanquish your foes. I'm Dave with ArcadeCloud, and today, we're counting down the top 9 most kick-ass weapons in gaming. Lock and load.
Number 9. Moonlight Greatsword. For any fans of the Dark Souls series, you may just recognize this blade as it's been in every title thus far and will probably continue to be in future FromSoft games. In the first Dark Souls title, you find this mysterious magic-infused blade by destroying the Tail of Seath, leaving players with intelligence builds an amazing greatsword at their arsenal. And as cool as this blade is, with only the inner portion being actual steel and the outer portion all magic, baby, it's not a weapon limited to Dark Souls. Oh no! The Moonlight Greatsword is, in fact, essentially the mascot of the creators of Dark Souls, From Software. The sword was present in their very first game, Kingsfield, and I'm talking about the one that was never ported to America. It's been in every Kingsfield game since, was included in Armored Core 4 Answer, and made its way into both Demon's Souls and Bloodborne. Now that's what I call history, and I just happen to have a PhD in fake gaming weapons. See that? It's a little baby blade in the middle. Number 8. Hidden Blade. Explosions and bullets aren't everything. Sometimes simplicity and subtlety are all you need to put a bad guy to rest. The Hidden Blade seems primitive at a glance, but there's a reason the Assassin Order has been using it for centuries. It makes kills quick and quiet. The blade is held in peace by an apparatus worn underneath the arm, hiding the weapon from plain sight when worn in conjunction with the Assassin's signature white robes. The original Hidden Blade was activated by a mechanism triggered by the user's pinky finger. To use the original version of the blade, the assassins of old had to cut off their ring fingers, but this distinction made the assassins easy to identify over time. Assassin Altair ibn la Ahad recognized this and made alterations to the blade's design that helped give the blade new capabilities and avoid the whole finger-cutting business. The poison blade injected foes with a lethal toxin that would drain the life of marks, creating an even more discreet way to assassinate. Altair even incorporated a hidden gun into the design, allowing kills from a distance, though don't expect the gun to be as quiet. The blade gains even more abilities as the series went on. The fact that Ubisoft was able to make a tiny knife into a harbinger of death is a feat in and of itself. Number 7. Lancer's Assault Rifle Mark II. Have you ever dreamed of becoming an unholy union of John Rambo and Leatherface? Before you check yourself into the nearest mental health facility, you may want to check out Gears of War. The Lancer Assault Rifle Mark II is the standard issue assault rifle issued to Gear soldiers serving the coalition of ordered governments. It's also responsible for making the Gears of War series into $1 million franchise overnight. Well, that and Gary Jules' cover of Mad World. The Lancer is the perfect killing machine, or at least the messiest. The Lancer can take out targets from either a distance or up close and personal with its most ridiculous feature, a chainsaw bayonet. While the weapon would be beyond impractical in real life, good luck aiming a chainsaw gun, Marcus Phoenix and pals possess biceps beyond the capability of any mortal. Even the human-hating locust hordes can't deny how amazing the Lancer is and use the weapon as well. This has led to a pastime that has taken Planet Sarah by storm and given Thrashball a run for its money, chainsaw duels. They're kind of like lightsaber duels, only much faster and wetter. The iconic bayonet has also taken down creatures much bigger than your standard locust drone, with Marcus Phoenix using it to slice and dice the inner organs of a huge-ass riftworm. Depending on which side of the bayonet you're on, the Lancer Mark II is a weapon that will either make you feel like death incarnate or lighter around the midsection. Number 6. Golden Gun. Unlike the other weapons on our list, this weapon did not originate in a video game, but the classic James Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun. In the film, the gun is the signature weapon of assassin Francisco Scaramanga. Man, wouldn't it be awesome if it were in a video game? Well, if you were the one behind the barrel, yes. If not, just try your best not to hit your friend over the head with your N64 controller. Those things are expensive to replace nowadays. The Golden Gun is one of the most powerful guns featured in GoldenEye 007. Much like its silver screen counterpart, it takes just one shot to kill just about any enemy in the game. But there are exceptions. Despite being overpowered, you'll still require a bit of skill in order for the weapon to be effective. The magazine holds one bullet, so you need to pick your shots or get stuck reloading at the worst time. Also, having something so overpowered put a huge target on your back, so expect your friends to negotiate a truce to take you down. That is until, of course, one of them takes that power for themselves and the cycle begins anew. Number 5. Aperture Science Portal Gun. Not only is the Aperture Science Portal Gun more valuable than the combined organs and incomes of everyone in your hometown, it's a unique first-person weapon in that it's not lethal by design. Instead of firing ballistic rounds, plasma, or rockets, the portal gun fires, well, portals, which the player can use to traverse complex obstacles courses and overthrow artificial intelligence programs gone mad. It can fire two types of portals, blue and orange, that are always always link together no matter how far away they are from each other. However, only surfaces made out of moon rocks conduct portals, so you can't use it to get from your room to school. At least, not yet, that is. The gun's capabilities are limited only by the user's imagination, with wielders using the portals to do everything from launching themselves great distances to dropping sentient turrets into the bottomless abyss. The portal gun's greatest achievement has been redefining the first-person shooter genre by showing us a style of gameplay never before implemented into the game beforehand. It proved that shooters could be more than mindless killing, loadouts, and 360 no-scopes by mirroring the FPS to puzzle platformers. I guess you can have your cake and eat it too, assuming it's not a lie, that is. Number 4. Master Sword. Perhaps the most iconic, recognizable, and marketable weapon on our list, the Master Sword. The blade started its life as the goddess sword, forged by Hylia herself. Link, with the help of Fi, turned it into the blade of evil's bane we know and love today. On top of sending evil to its grave, the sword can cut through magical barriers, break curses conducted by dark magic, and channel divine energy to perform skyward strikes, which totally wasn't a Wii Remote gimmick that never showed up again. That being said, the Master Sword is a weapon that can't just be picked up and wielded by anybody all willy-nilly. The sword chooses who can wield it, typically a hero who has passed multiple trials that test their courage, wisdom, and power. Wearing a green hat and tunic helps too. Even though we've been doing it in just about every Zelda game since A Link to the Past, pulling the Master Sword from its pedestal never gets old, and is one of gaming's most cinematic moments of all time. The real joy of wielding the blade comes when you're able to confront Ganon himself and make him squeal for mercy like the little piggy he is. Aside from slaying Ganon and his countless minions, the Master Sword is also pretty effective at smashing some of Nintendo's greatest all-stars. Number 3. Gravity Gun. While many games have experimented with guns that utilize gravity, none did it better than Half-Life 2's Zero-Point Energy Field Projector. Since Zero-Point Energy Field Projector is an obnoxious mouthful, most people refer to it as the Gravity Gun. Ostensibly designed for transporting hazardous material, it's also the perfect tool to use for playing fetch with a freaky robot that thinks it's a dog. Gordon Freeman gives the gun a third purpose in no time flat: murder. The gun's primary firing mode is a blast that blows objects out of Freeman's way. Its secondary mode pulls objects to you. Combining the two modes lets you turn household objects into high-velocity projectiles. The gravity gun is the perfect weapon because it requires no ammo. The world is your ammo, and it doesn't stop there. Later in the game, the gun gets supercharged to impossible degrees. The concussive blasts become insta-kills that send enemy corpses flying. You can even grab organic beings with a powerful pull that kills them before they're in your grasp, letting you turn the corpse of your enemy into a macabre yo-yo. Who said physics can't be fun? Number 2. BFG 9000. If you always thought the demons and monsters of hell weren't afraid of anything, guess again. While the most powerful weapon in just about every shooter out there is some generic rocket launcher with a balanced blast radius, Doom decided it was time to separate the men from the boys with the power weapon to end all power weapons, the BFG 9000, which is short for, well, it's not Big Friendly Giant. With just a pull of the trigger, the BFG releases a single green blast that engulfs the screen and kills everything in an instant. The weapon has appeared in every Doom game since the original Graystar screens and filled our parents with rage back in 1993. While many modern shooters have attempted to outdo it, none have ever made enemies piss their collective pants quite like the BFG 9000. Number 1. Blue Koopa Shell. You're playing an intense Mario Kart race, maintaining your first place position which you've held onto the first couple of laps. Your final lap is almost complete, the finish line in sight, the gold trophy is yours until BOOM! You're hit by a blue explosion that sends you skyward, allowing the racers behind you to claim an undeserved victory. This is the handiwork of gaming's most controversial weapon, the Blue Koopa Shell. Making its debut in Mario Kart 64, the dreaded blue shell has the ability to track down the lead car in the race and smack it with a concussive blast that will have the leader go from first to worst on a dime. To make matters worse, this iteration of the weapon was impossible to dodge, making Mario Kart 64 a bit more luck-based than hardcore competitors would like. Later games in the series would allow the players to dodge the shell, but it's not an easy feat. Despite the nerfing and alterations Nintendo has made over the years, the damage had already been done. The blue shell is a unique weapon on this list in that it has had effects not just on the gameplay, but reality itself. It awakens a rage within players that has destroyed countless controllers. This WMD in a half shell is also in direct competition with the Mario Party series for slaughtering friendships. You hear that, Steve? You owe that gold cup of yours to a freaking turtle shell! It should have been mine, god damn it! Unlike most of the other weapons on our list, the blue shell is non-lethal, leaving the racer unscathed. The blue shell proves to us all that there are, in fact, fates worse than death, like 8th place.
There you have it, folks. The top 9 most kick-ass weapons in gaming. Which one do you think is the most lethal? Is there a personal favorite of yours that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to slap a like on it. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to smack that subscribe button to be the first to know when new videos will be dropping. Also, leave us a like on our Facebook. You can find a link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.